In my recent short, I featured this functioning mini toolbox that I 3D printed. In this video, I wanted to show you guys exactly how I did it, and so I could get some feedback on things I could have done differently. So the first thing I did was print this small little box to make sure that the drawers could function the way I wanted them to. This wasn't perfect because it had a lot of play when the drawer was fully open, but it definitely was a start. I designed and 3D printed my first model here. There's a couple things that needed to be tweaked, like the badge needed to be bigger so that the fonts could actually print properly, and also the top sliders needed to be printed differently, and the sliders inside needed to be completely different and reworked. As you can see, there was way too much play. I eventually just printed it on its side with a tree support, but this one here is just an example of how it looked like with the adjusted slider, and as well as I'm showing the gap that I had to close due to the amount of play when the doors were closed. At the moment, all my designs are made on Blender. As you can see, this is pretty much the layout I had for my toolbox here. Next, I went into the slicer and I had to play around a lot here. What I decided to do is, because this print consists of two colors, I actually wanted to get all the solid colors to be printed first. So what's nice about Bamboo Lab Studios is you can actually set up a sequence, which allows you to first do one color and then another. So as you can see, everything in the front is going to be printed first, and then the back would be printed next. This saves on a lot of filament as well, so you're not going through a bunch of layers. Another thing to note here is, like I mentioned before, these sliders, I actually managed to print them on its side with a tree support, as well as the drawers are all printed on its back. This allows it to have a nice smooth finish on all sides and allows the drawers to slide very easily. And there we go, about 5 hours later you have the finished print. The last thing you need to do is just assemble it. I made a little short of me assembling it, so I won't really show you guys it here. But everything in this mini tool cart is functional, from the wheels to the drawers and the top chest. It's all got moving parts. The only thing holding them in place is either snapping them in place or just a little bit of glue. So there you have it. That's how I designed this mini tool cart. If you have a toolbox of your own and you want to match it with the same colors, there's a bunch of different color options available. You guys can find these on my website at osmosessentials.com and get one for yourself or someone else. If you're looking to keep your toolbox nice and clean and organized, check out my other toolbox organizers on my website. Link will be down in the description below.